It's 1986. It's late. You're at the arcade, playing your favorite game, Outrun by Sega. You put in all your money into this one machine. You've given it your all, and you've loved every second of it. When the last coin is spent, you go home and fall asleep. Then you wake up having traveled through time to the year 2022 to find out that you're playing this game! Slipstream. This is Slipstream! More specifically, this is Slipstream for the Nintendo Switch. Based in the year 1990X, you're in the driver's seat. As you turn the key and hear the engine starting, a cassette plays on the stereo. The clear blue sky invites you to escape, to explore a world of exotic landscapes and thrilling races. Step on the gas, choose your path, drive across cities, mountains, deserts, forests, beaches, places from all over the world and beyond. Slipstream is a racing game influenced and inspired by the Outrun series. No shit, Sherlock, I mean just look at the fucking thing. This game truly is hectic. I mean, just look at it. I'm going to be completely honest with you. The company that created the game contacted me and a bunch of others from Retro Refresh and said, would you please review our game? We'll give you a free code for the console of your choice. So I picked the Switch version, just for convenience, and I'm going to review this game now for you. But I'm going to be honest. Just because they gave me the game for free doesn't mean I feel like I owe them one. I'm going to be honest with what I think of this game, so get ready for that. The game is damn fast. I mean, it's bloody hard to control the car sometimes. Thankfully, there is a tutorial to get you started. You would think you wouldn't need a tutorial for a game like this, but believe me, you do. The boost mechanism is a little different from what you're used to. You don't just press a button and boost. No, you've got to get behind an enemy car, wait for it to say Slipstream in the bottom corner, and then you will boost. In order to master the game, you first have to master the drift ability. There's two ways of doing it, manual and automatic. Now, I played and tried both, and I will point out the differences now. In order to do manual, when you hit a turn, you have to press B then A very quickly. Now, obviously, those are the buttons for the Switch. I don't know what the buttons are for other consoles or PC or whatever, but on the Switch, BA. You have to do a lot of drifting. Every turn, really, you need to do this. So it can be quite hard to do that every single time. Manual isn't all that easy. So then I tried it on automatic. And I will say automatic is a hell of a lot easier. But having said that, the game is still damn challenging. It's just a little less frustrating. That's the difference, really, between manual mode and automatic. How pissed off do you want to get? That's the real difference. The game is tough no matter which one you choose. It's just that one gives you more buttons to press. Guess it means you have to be more skillful, but honestly, I don't care enough. I highly recommend just going for automatic. Nuts to the manual, who gives a shit? Like Outrun, the aim of the game is to get to the end of each level before the timer runs out. But as a bonus, along the way, you will have rivals that you have to beat. Some of them are quite generic and a little bit annoying. Some of them are obviously based on real-life persons. I mean, hell, this one is clearly Bob Ross, the joy of racing. Big giveaway. You got Doc Brown. Okay, it's not a real person, but you know what I mean. It's Back to the Future, innit? There's also AJ Belmont. Yeah, because this looks like the guy that took out Dracula. There are several different modes for racing. If you ever just want to get into a race and cut the bullshit and go straight away, I would say pick single race. But there is a downside to single race. No matter what I do, no matter what I do, I feel like I can never catch up to the car in front. I can never get to the guy. I pick the fastest car, which also has the worst handling, just to see if I could get there. Can't do it. No matter what I do, I cannot get to the guy at the front on single race. I don't know. I feel like I'm doing something wrong, but at the same time, I can't figure out what. In some modes of gameplay, there is a customization ability for your car, but it's a bit naff to look at. You literally raise the number to show what you want changed in terms of stats. It doesn't actually do anything visually, which is a little disappointing. If you look at the game 80s Overdrive, that game has a bit of a garage scene. And I'm going to compare this game to 80s Overdrive quite a bit. Just because I feel 80s Overdrive has a few things that Slipstream could really benefit from. For instance, I wish that Slipstream had more of an 80s feel. You know, more neon. Alright, when I say more neon, I don't mean as much as, say, Neon Racer. That game is an overdose on neon, but I just wish that Slipstream had a bit more of a retro-esque feel to it. Although, having said that, comparing 80s Overdrive to Slipstream, while there are some visuals from 80s Overdrive that I wish were in Slipstream, Slipstream has better controls, much smoother controls. Driving feels more like you're in control. If you stack it with the car, it feels more like it's your fault and not some bullshit programming with the game. The music in this game is awesome. It really fits. I mean, it fits perfectly. I will say I prefer the tunes in 80s Overdrive, but only a little bit, and that's just a personal taste. Honestly, there's nothing wrong with the tunes here today. They are fucking great. You can hear one right now. So you know that I'm not wrong. The music for this game is pretty damn sweet. The graphics show a stunning and perfect mix of 3D and 2D visuals. Granted, there isn't really a lot of 3D graphics per se, but the little that's there complement the 2D very well. Mwah! Like I mentioned earlier, in order to master the game, you have to master the slipstream and the drift mechanic. The thing is, the drift mechanic I can get on with. You know, you put it on automatic, there you are, it's fixed. The slipstream, I wish that had an option as well. I wish you could boost by pressing a button. I mean, you can determine how the drifting works. It'd be nice if I could determine how the boosting works as well. That's just a nitpicky thing though. It doesn't really make the game bad for not having it the way I want it. Also, the game has a rewind ability, so whenever you stack it into a tree, you can rewind and then stack it anyway, because I suck. That's it. I suck. The amount of times I've crashed, then gone, never mind, I'll rewind, and then I crash anyway. I don't think it's the game, I think it's me just being really poo at this. If you want something I really hate, I would say the pause menu. For some reason, they've decided to go with this like VHS blur effect. Okay, that's fine. I can see the sort of 80s style to it. Yeah, it's a bit nostalgic in its imagery, but I will say, I wish that the text didn't blur as well. Background, fine. Title bit up there, the pause, all that shit. Blur, fine, go ahead. It's a little bit annoying that the text blurs as well. I wish they had that just still and normal. But hey, maybe they'll change it in an upcoming patch, who knows? One really stupid thing is when you're racing a rival, they decide to say something as you're going. I cannot read what they're saying up there. I am so focused on the race. I can't blink, I can't look away, I have to look dead center in order to focus, and there's just this writing above me, and I can't read it. It's impossible to keep tabs on what they're saying and concentrate on the race. So, it's not a bad thing. It's just, I have no idea what they're saying. Also, when you get to the end of each level, you can do, like Outrun, pick which way you want to go, and see the names of the levels. And Emerald Hills? I think I've heard of an Emerald Hills. From a movie? Yeah, it was from a movie! It's one I saw recently! Emerald Hills! That's right! Emerald Hills! It's from Little Women. That's it, isn't it? Emerald Hills? Little Women? No? And Chemical Plant. Again! Familiar. But why? Honestly, if I could take 80s Overdrive and Slipstream, I just wish I could mesh them together to make the perfect game. The only things that they lack as individuals are made up for by the opponent. What I'm basically saying is that if Slipstream doesn't have something, 80s Overdrive does. But if 80s Overdrive doesn't have something, then Slipstream does. These games are missing pieces to make them perfect games. but the other one has it, so I wish I could squash them together. Slipstream is the better controlled game though. It gives you the options with automatic and manual, as I said, so it can determine how good a racer you are. I've tried manual and it can be done, but it's a bit of a pain in the arse with your thumb jumping about all over the controller trying to press the correct button. If you just have it on automatic, it's there. And you would think, oh, that makes it easier. But it comes at a cost. If you have automatic on, then when you do the drift, you don't come out of it as fast. So it does come at a price. See? So it's not just a case of this is easy mode. It's like, no, this is what do you want to do more? Do you want to tap away and have that bit of extra speed? Or do you say bollocks and then lose the bit of extra speed? All in all, Slipstream is a fantastic game. And it's only £7.99 at the moment, I think. As I said, I was given the code by the company that made the game. And I am so happy with it. Thank you very much to the people who are in the description. Check out their website and check out more about this fantastic game. Like it says on the website, it's got local multiplayer up to 4 players, online leaderboards, real pseudo 3D graphics and feel just like the classics, 6 game modes, 5 playable cars, 20 different tracks, 4 cups in Grand Prix mode, visual filters, CRT, NTSC and pixelated modes. I'll be honest with you, the instant I had the option to turn off all of that pixelated CRT crap, I did it. I just made it pixel perfect, I think they call it, just good and clear. I don't understand all these CRT filters. If you want a CRT, play a game on a fucking CRT. Whatever. Anyway, that was Slipstream. I hope you enjoyed today's quick little review. To be honest, I think the game looks awesome, sounds fantastic, plays so smooth. That's the perfect word to describe how it plays. Smooth. Smooth, not in a pervy way. It's just really smooth control. I'm going to shut up now. Thank you very much for watching today's episode of Game Poke. If you enjoyed this review, please click like, comment, subscribe, all that jazz. Do not forget to check out the website for the game in the description for this video. Thank you very much for watching once again. See you next time. I'll start slurring my words. Need more coffee?